I'm going through a whole process of emotions, but I also felt some relief.
Robyn Brown once did something seriously disturbing. This thing was so weird that even most of the Brown children were visibly against it.
This is a big deal, and I did not see it coming.
But what did she do, and why was it so inappropriate? After Robyn and Kody got legally married, they went through the adoption process for Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. Kody is now their legal father, even though he's obviously not their biological dad. That's David Preston Jessup. The whole adoption process was pretty weird and seemingly shady for a couple of different reasons. But the most disturbing thing actually happened after the kids were adopted by Kody. The family threw an adoption party, which could have been really sweet. I mean, they were basically officially welcoming the 3 kids to the family. It could have been a genuinely wholesome moment, but then Robyn did something that was actually kind of creepy. She announced that she had a gift for Kody, but when everyone saw what it was, the reaction she got was pretty crazy. Robyn was crying when she revealed the bizarre portrait that she had an artist draw for her. It showed Kody with the 3 kids when they were a lot younger. Robyn said that she created a moment that didn't exist before, but it existed now. Kody seemed a little speechless when he saw the portrait, but he said that it was neat. Janelle and Mary later also praised Robyn for doing this. They even called it sweet, but I think we can all agree that this wasn't actually sweet. It was disturbing more than anything else. Viewers of the show were quick to notice one really strange detail, and this revealed how the portrait came about in the first place. The picture just seemed a little too familiar, and soon everyone realized that there was a reason for that. Because it seems like Robyn actually just took a picture of Kody with Christine's kids, and then she had an artist draw a similar picture, but with her kids as babies instead. She basically did this to rewrite history. Kody and Robyn weren't together when the kids were that small, and the kids still had a biological dad who was with them back then. So it was just really rude to Robyn's ex-husband, and it must have been really weird for Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna too. But most of all, it was incredibly disrespectful to Christine and her kids. Robyn basically took their family history, erased it, and inserted her own fairy tale there instead. Why would she think that that was an okay thing to do? Janelle and Mary said that what she did was sweet, but Christine never said anything. I wonder if she stayed quiet because she just didn't have anything nice to say. Honestly, I wouldn't really blame her for that. What Robyn did was just so bizarre and unnecessary, and it made the whole adoption party really awkward. When she first revealed the portrait, we also got to see the other kids' reactions. Logan's reaction in particular was really telling. He was very noticeably trying not to laugh. Clearly, he also found the whole thing pretty insane. Pete and Isabel were also visibly weirded out by the whole thing, but another one of Christine's kids actually later spoke out about it. Not too long ago, Gwendolyn was asked about the portrait on her Patreon. A fan wanted to know what she thought about the picture, and she did not hold back. She said the whole thing was just so weird. She admitted that she was glad that the kids got a chance to make themselves feel more like part of the family. According to Gwen, they are a part of the family, so she didn't mind that they got the opportunity, but she did say that it took away her and her family's history. She definitely had a point there. Robyn did basically try to erase Christine's kids, but Gwen also said something else, and this was actually pretty hilarious. She said that the whole thing reminded her of The Office. In one episode of the show, Michael Scott, played by Steve Carell, photoshops his face over his ex-girlfriend's ex's face. He takes a photo that his girlfriend and her family took on a ski trip together, and he inserts himself in it. His girlfriend is extremely weirded out by that, and she basically tells him that things are not going to work out between them because of what he did. It's played as this ridiculous comedic moment. Obviously, no one would do something as crazy as what Michael did, except Gwen had a point. Robyn did basically do the same thing, but Kody didn't break up with her because of it. He just said that what she did was neat, and that was that. No one else really said anything else. No one called her actions out. Obviously, some of the kids did pull some pretty telling faces, and Gwen has spoken out about it since then. But other than that, there weren't really any other consequences for Robyn's creepy actions. Everyone was just expecting to be on board with it. Honestly, I get what she was trying to do. She was probably just trying to make everything seem as perfect as possible, but it was just such a bad decision. She can't just erase someone's personal history like that. She could have just as easily commissioned a portrait with the kids at the ages ages when Kody adopted them. It would have still been a sweet and meaningful gesture, but it also wouldn't have been disrespectful to the rest of the family. It's honestly crazy that no one really called it out back then. I mean, think about it. What if Christine did something similar right now? She just got married to David Woolley, and they clearly think of each other as family right now. He also seems to have a pretty good relationship with Truly. So what if Christine took an old photo of Kody and Truly and just replaced Kody with David? How would he feel about that? I think we all know the answer to that. Cody would be absolutely furious if something like this happened to him. He wouldn't want to be replaced, but somehow it was okay for Robyn to put her kids in Christine's kids' place instead. It all just seems so weird and potentially hypocritical. And it also makes me wonder what the artist who did the drawing thought. I mean, presumably, Robyn just brought that photo of Christine's kids with Kody and a couple of photos of her own kids. And then she explained to the artist what she had in mind. If someone asked me to do something like this, I would definitely be really weirded out. I wonder how much the artist got paid for something like this. Hopefully they got a decent compensation because it must have been pretty strange for them too. The last thing I wanted to mention is that this didn't just erase Christine's family history. Like I said, what Robyn did was also extremely disrespectful to her first husband. He's the biological dad of Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. And I get that from what we know, he hasn't exactly been the best dad. I mean, he did let Kody adopt his kids. He gave up his parental rights, but allegedly he was also harmful toward Robyn. So I'm not really trying to defend him. If all those things are true, he doesn't sound like the best person out there. But at the same time, he is still the kid's biological dad. He was there when they were as young as they were in the portrait. And from the show, we know that when the adoption happened, the kid still had a pretty decent relationship with him. So that's another reason why all of this is just so insane. I still can't believe that Robyn actually did this. She did something that was literally used as a ridiculous plot point in a sitcom. But she wasn't being ironic or anything like that when she did it. She just genuinely thought it was a good idea, which is just so bizarre to me. But what do you guys think? Can you believe that Robyn did this? And what do you think about Gwen's reaction to the portrait? Let me know in the comments below.